Hi, this is Quack reporting. G134. I thought it was okay. I thought one thing we could do is book it a little better. I like the 4 blocks personally, and I'm thinking that G135 we could bring it back. And to prove how I think it is better and could fix a few problems, I'm going to take G134, put it in a 4 block scenario, and see why I think it will come out better. Let's see if you guys agree. So what did I think went wrong? Well, the champions, most importantly, they lost too much. Like, Naito took 4 Ls. Like, Hanari went negative. Like, these guys are meant to be, like, credible stars. They're meant to be main eventers. And, like, how can you build up big matches that if these guys are just going to lose all the time? Like, why would you want to see these guys fight if they go 50-50? So I didn't like that. I think the most important thing is the booking right now, because we can't have the blowaway matches we used to, because we just don't have the talent in New Japan. So I think it's even more important than it used to be, get this booking right. So let's help the champions a bit here. Also, I think it'll help with the mid-tournament fatigue. I don't know if you've ever watched the G1 and you're like, okay, I get where this is going, and like you're going to skip some matches or you consider it, or like you just kind of, the matches become background noise because like, okay, I'm midway through the tournament. I'm just kind of waiting for the final few days where it gets really exciting. And I think with a little bit of a tweak, I think we can nip that on the bud and just make it a lot better. So step 1, we need our 4 groups. So I've gone for 4 groups of 8. And all those keen mathematicians ahead of you means there are 24 people in this. So I need 4 more people in this G1. I'll show you 2 right now in the groups. And then 2 more are going to come through qualifying. So let's go through it real quick. I'm going to do seeds. Champions are going to be the top seeds of their groups, and then we can do the draw from there. So Naito is top seed of Group A. Group B is Finley. Group C is Hanare. And the New Japan Cup winner, Tsuji, is the champion of Group D. I'll go through the groups now. You can see a load of names here. I'm not going to say each individual name. Specific people I'll point out later. But I'll show you that the people I've added at this stage are Kenta and Taichi. Taichi's all ready to go, and Kenta's part of your roster. If you wanted to bring him in, you could. You just simply could. So that's fine. So first thing I want to do is I want to bring the qualifying on the tour to break things up a bit. So the first 3 days will be qualifying. The blocks will be grouped up like A and B and C and D. So they'll have 6 group matches a day. Each group will get its own final day. Group A will get 1 day. Group B, 1 day. Group C, Group D. You get it. Then top goes through, you get 1 day for your semis and 1 day for your final. This works out at 17 days. That's roughly the length of a New Japan G1 tour. It seems to hold around 16 to 18. And this way, you get a nice little fresher of talent. You get those first 3 days of qualifiers. And then only a few of those guys will you see for the next lot of days. And then on the final days. So there's no one you're going to see like 9 matches in a row. That's just not going to happen unless a qualifier goes all the way. Maybe I've done that. Let's see. The first day of qualifying looks rather familiar. Oleg beats Yano. Tanahashi beats Yujiro, which is key. Yujiro can wrestle for 1 minute, 2 minutes, and as slow as you like. So that'll save Tanahashi. Yoshihashi will beat Ishii. And I'll bring in Shane Haste. I don't know where he is, but I'm sure he's about. They could get something. Hopefully, maybe. Or switch him out. Doesn't matter. But whoever this is, they lose to Chase Owens. Day 2 of qualifying changes quite a bit. Hiromu goes over Mikey Nichols as he advances. And TJP will also still have that Kojima match. Interestingly enough, you'll see that the winner with this will go in. And that means a Super Junior combatant will make it. Yes, a Junior Heavyweight will make it to the draw. And I'll show you who. And then at the bottom, we get Newman beating Kanemaru for another junior entry. And then you can bring in Suzuki to job out Honma. No problem there. So on your final day of qualifying, you have Bolton go over Tanahashi. You have Yoshihashi. He gets in. He beats Chase Owens. Hiromu beats TJP. He gets in. And to replace that Kenta win, because I feel like Callum gained a lot from that Kenta beating. To replace him, we have subdued Suzuki, which I think works quite well. So here's a final draw now. Newman goes into A. The 2 new guys make it in with the other 2 new guys. So group B and C is where all the change is going to happen. And the last group is where Bolton will go. So these are how the groups are going to play out. And we're going to try and keep the big wins the same. So Great Okan is still going to beat Naito. That's going to take him out of contention. But Naito's going to go with a draw with Shingo. This way Naito crashes out with 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Much more respectable than he was doing. To make up all these points, because this is going to be a top-heavy point-getting group, Callum are only going to get 1 win. I think that works for both, especially for the story they're doing about Phantasmo, whatever it is. But they're doing it. I managed to save Sanada's G1. He goes positive 3-2 as David Finley tops group and goes through. Again, Yuya and Takashita keep their 3-2. They're over 50% win rate. And Yoshihashi still gets that big win over Finlay to set up that title match later down the line. It's his only win, but it's a win nonetheless. Zack also goes through 4-1, and this is a very interesting group for me. Hiromu's in here, and he gets to beat Hanare to set up that title match, which again, they did on the final night. Hanare still goes 3-2, which is a much better record, which I think he looks more credible. And we still get that final day, Shota Umino beating Evil, Tanahashi run in, because I think that's going to lead to a Wrestle Kingdom match. So we still keep that. And the bottom group, much like Yoda Tsuji scraping through to the finals as third place, this is a very tight group. Everyone's 3-2 and 2-3, with Yoda Tsuji coming through in the end. And then your finals play out the same semi-final, same final, and you get the same winner. So what do I like better about this? Naito only loses once. Hanare gets a positive record, sets up only 2 challenges, one being a Roman, which we're doing next. David Finlay only loses to 2 people, which is much better as well. So I think this is a lot better. I think with the first 3 days having people on that isn't in the whole tournament will stop the tournament getting a little samey, mix up the personalities a bit, which I think would be much better to watch through if you're planning to watch a whole tournament like I usually do. The cons are Zack doesn't go on such a big run. He only loses 1 match, which is still the best in the tournament, but he hasn't got like 9 wins or something, which he got in the actual tournament, which could hurt, but I don't think so. He's only losing once. I think he'll keep his aura. I think people like Takeshita might suffer because they don't get as much, airtime. I was thinking put him through qualifying, but I don't think it made sense. But generally, I think this is a dub. I think the champions come out a lot healthier. Naito doesn't feel like a joke. Hanare feels like a threat. And I think this is a lot better personally. And I would like them to bring the 4-group thing back because it allows for better booking, allows to protect your champions a lot better with these smaller groups. Champions can crash out with less losses. But let me know what you think. Is this better? Do you like the 4-group format? Are you a sucker for the Classic 2? Let me know. But until next time, adios, take care, see you around.